Hello everybody, this is JD again. How you all doing? I don't know, I'm not going to keep my glasses on because I'm going to be using this to update me. This is nothing more than a write-up that's attached to this video. But a couple years ago I told you all to watch and see who's the real leader, Obama or me. Today I've noticed on Facebook through this time there's several people that are just plain everyday people who believe that they can be president of the country because they see me doing these videos, they see me doing these ads. They say, well, if he can do it, I can do it. I mean, you hear some, Plumber Joe and all this stuff, and people really believing what I've been saying. The truth is, they're starting to follow. And they're saying, if this man can do it, why can't I? That is a sign of a leader. But then now let's take a look at what we got here today. It's like I said, several people are copying me and running for president, many on Facebook. Plus there are those now who are saying what I have been saying for years. Now, you might say, well, can you prove you've been saying it for years? Boy, can I prove it. There's over 600 videos on YouTube that tells you everything you really need to know about me. What is it that you need to know about JD to elect him as president? First and foremost, believe this. JD is real. He is me. That is JD. Actually, I was walking where I flea market my wife and I have a store. I'm over here at the other store now. And someone called me Jim. And I just walking by and they said, Jim. I'm still walking. And they said, Jim. And I turned, I said, talking to me? They said, yeah. I said, JD, that's who I answer to. That is who I am. Only my wife calls me James. She is, I said, no, if you call me Jim, I won't answer. I am JD. That's it, plain and simple. Now, like I said, if you look at me through the years, you'll see things that I've said. You'll see things that people are copying. This is the sign of a leader. Now, let's look at what Obama has given us. A lot of disgust. A lot of betrayal. A lot of stories, a lot of failed acceptance of responsibility, trying to blame it off onto everybody else but himself. And he's a socialist, democratic puppet. He does what they say. Socialism, you can't be a leader in socialism. There's no way. If you study socialism, there's to be no leader. Because everybody. But our country, when it was first formed, realized we needed a leader. We needed a man to stand in front to be responsible for the whole country. You might say, oh no, oh yes. That's why your first Congresses appointed a leader, elected and appointed a leader who was president of the United States. First 7 presidents of the United States was appointed and selected by Congress, not by a vote of the people. And they were leaders because they realized this country needed a leader. Not a follower, not someone they could control, not someone they told what to do, but someone who could stand up and give direction. JD does that quite well. Now, a lot of you people will say, well, we're looking for certain qualities in an individual. We need a man who can really, or a woman who can really stand up and do the job. I laugh at that because I got over 600 videos about me. You can watch it through if you want to watch every one of them, you can watch every one. You're going to learn more about me than probably my wife knows, if not as much as my wife knows. You're going to learn the things that I believe in, the things I don't believe in. But most importantly, you're going to learn that I keep my word and I don't make promises I cannot keep. That's why the only promise I give you is that I will bring your voice to Washington, D.C. I will care about you. You will come first and foremost in this nation. Now you might say, well, how could you care about everybody? We have all these different things. Let me give you an example. Okay? We have a lot of Christians in this country. We have a lot of Jews in this country. We have a lot of Muslims. We have a lot of Hindu. We have a lot of Buddhists. We have a lot of different people. And we even have people who do not believe in God, atheists. So how could I encompass everybody in one thing? Let's take, for example, our judicial system. Our judicial system is for everybody. And it's based on the 10 Commandments. All right. So how can I encompass everybody? By permitting our courts to display the 10 Commandments. But the first 3 commandments will only be written as numbers. 1, 2, and 3. Most of the time in Roman numeral. That's it. No words, no nothing. Nothing about God. And then the 4th on would be printed out. Now when you sit back and you think about that, you say, whoa, wait a minute. That would include all the Christians because they're 10 Commandments, but they'll know what 1, 2, and 3 means. All the Hebrews because they know what 1, 2, and 3 mean. And all the Muslims because they know what 1, 2, and 3 means. But it also includes the Buddha. They don't need to know what 1, 2, and 3 means because it doesn't apply. Only 4 through 10. And it does include the Hindus. And it does include any other Oriental or Asian or African or any type. Even Wiccans and even atheists are all included because 1, 2, and 3 are only numbers. Now they may say, oh, that represents God. Well, if that represents God to you, then you're not an atheist, are you? Because it should represent only 1, 2, and 3 to you. And that's it. Nothing else. So as you see, when I look at everything, I look towards everybody. Let me give you another one, okay? Immigration. Now I say every child that's born inside the borders of the United States will have their rights protected above all else. And our Constitution is based on our Declaration of Independence. That means that child has a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. No matter who the parents are, that child being born in the United States boundaries, whether it's Guam, Alaska, Texas, Connecticut, California, doesn't matter. That child has those rights. And as president, I would not split up his family no matter what. Unless they are actually really committing physical crimes. I mean, if a guy goes out and shoots somebody, he's going to go and get tried and go to court and go to jail. But if his family, that child's family, is living and working and contributing to society, then that child deserves their family. Those rights that are in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution have to be protected. Whoa, wait a minute. You said the Declaration of Independence. Yes, that is the basis of the of everything. Declaration of Independence. What is to be corrected with society? Now, also in the Constitution, there's an amendment about search and seizure. This disturbs me more than anything else. See, because you see, for the common good, We have a federal judge that's been in the news for the past couple of days that says search, unlawful search, is constitutional. Although the amendment says it is not. Going through, getting all those phone lines and just taking any bit of information is a general search. And it's an unlawful search without the permission of the individuals. The federal government have no right to search anybody for anything for the common good. We're not a communist country. We're not a socialist. But the federal government's rejoicing. Why, there goes the whittling away of another amendment slowly by our federal government. No one has a right, whether they're the federal government, the state government, the city, to perform any searches whatsoever onto any individual without due process of the law. And that is not a hidden secret court either. These are the things that need to stop and need to get changed. These are the things that I, as president, will not accept. I will not accept a minority telling the majority how to live. Example, my 10 Commandments. The minority atheist says, oh, you can't, that's church and state. No, it isn't. It is state. That's why 1, 2, and 3. I will not accept removing, for any reason, anybody's protection of our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. Oh, wait a minute, you're throwing the Declaration, that's more? Yes, that is more. That is the basis of the founding of this country. And I will not accept that to be taken away from anybody in this country. From the time they're born to the time they die. Because if we could take it away from one, we could take it away from the other. And let me tell you a little secret about the Constitution of the United States of America. All you fancy lawyers. The Constitution of the United States of America was written in a language so that the average American can understand it. You don't need fancy interpretation or changing the words or saying, well, the time is now is different. No. The Constitution is the foundation of our nation. They found what was wrong, and in order to make a more perfect union. But I will tell you some things that are not in the Constitution. It's called Republican or Democrat. I don't see nowhere in the Constitution the words political parties. I do see state representatives, and I do see congressional representatives of the population. But nowhere in there do I see a representative of a political party. It won't be accepted. So, like I say in my writings, in my face, you see your future. It's up to you to decide. What is it going to take for me to get you to tell people about me? What is it going to get you to understand, people, that you are doing our country a vast injustice? The problems that we exist today are because of your lack of the ability to do what is needed for the nation. It's interesting how I end my write-up. It says here, and I'm going to read it too. Your future is in these writings, for you must decide to continue to support the political machines and accept the bones that they may throw you as they steal each and every right that you may have, or to support me, and together we shall march onto Washington, D.C., and together we shall reclaim our government for the people, by the people, of the people. That is the choice you all have. So, as I say, yes, your future is within me. This face you're looking at is your future, but the choice is yours. It's either us together as free Americans, or you select the political machines, and then that you must serve. That's it. Plain and simple, people. When you look at me, yes, your future. Look at this face. Your future is in this face, is in this body. How you choose in the next presidential election. And that's the truth. You may say, oh, you're just a... Yes, I'm just a... But your future rests there. Because you're either going to choose me or one of the political parties. That's it. So in my face is your future. You choose me. We have a lot of work to do. And we have to get the political machines out of our government. Which we can do. If you choose the political parties, it's only going to continue to get worse. Last 2 days, you just found out that it's now legal to search your house, to search your phone lines, to search anything they want. The federal government, a federal judge just said it is constitutional, even though there is an amendment that says unlawful search. But for the common good of the nation, we can ignore that amendment. It's going to be constitutional. I'm sure there's someplace in there they'll find a clause that they could make it, but that amendment cannot be altered. But they'll try, and they're going to. So, people, what is it going to take? When are you going to realize that what I'm saying here, what I write, is all up to you? When are you going to learn? I'm looking down here. I want to see what I wrote down there. There's a spot I wrote. But I do not know what to do to wake you up. It's up to you. I have over 600 videos going way back from 2008. You can find out who JD was. You can find out why JD is real. You can find out that JD is nothing more than one of you. That's right. But I'm also a strong leader. And I'm kind of obstinate and stubborn. I kind of go up against things that can't be done, and somehow I get them done. And this one's going to be a tough one, people. It's not going to be easy. Because the political machines have been in place for hundreds of years. Over 100 years, and they're not going to want to release their power, which is not their power in the first place. It is yours that they have stolen from you. But, you know, what are you going to do? When are you going to wake up? When are you going to start saying, hey, Bob over here, or Bill, or Jane, or one of your neighbors, whoever they are, go to YouTube. Check out channel jdcriveau. He's a man that says a lot. And if you check him out, you'll find out what he is and what he's made up of. And what makes him different. And what makes it so that we together can do the job that needs to be done. That's it. You people who don't vote, who don't think your vote counts, it counts more than you ever will realize. By you not voting, you are doing your country and you a disservice like you wouldn't believe. Because by you not voting, you allow the individuals that win to stay in power. You independents, I give you somebody that's one of you that's different than the political machine, that don't believe in the political machines. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Sometimes the way I feel it's more Republican. Sometimes the way I feel it's more Democrat. I'm not neither. Their political ideals are so screwed up. And you're seeing it in Congress because they're standing on their political ideals, not the good of the nation. So, people, what's it going to take to wake you up? For you to realize you're at fault. For you to understand, in my face is your very future. And how you decide to what to do in the next couple years. What's it going to do to wake you up? To have you understand you need to go out there and tell people of JD. I could only reach you, so many. But you can multiply that over and over by thousands and millions. Tell them to go to YouTube and check out the videos. There's enough of them to keep them busy. And anything and everything you want to know about me is there. And that's it. That's what this video is all about. What's it gonna take to make you all realize that it's got to be us together and I can do the job. We can make this the greatest nation in the world. A nation that is run by the people, for the people, of the people, and not the political monsters that we have right now. We can fix Congress. We can fix the federal government. What are they giving us? If you really look back, are we any better off than we were 30 years ago? Heck no! Are we really better off than we were 50 years ago? We're actually worse off than we were in the late 60s when they had the Vietnam War. Because at least our taxes was less. And that was because they were taking the money out of Social Security to pay for that war. People are still going to war. People are still dying. People are still coming home crippled and maimed. What do you want? What type of government do you want? I'm willing to defend freedom, but I'm not willing to go out there and have Americans die for some stupid, ridiculous political struggle between a country, within a country. No, that's not our fight. That is not for us to be there. It is up to those people to decide whether they want to kill themselves off or not, or to work it out. It's up to them. I mean, look at this war upon war upon war upon war. We got wars all around the world right now. How much blood must we spill? Oh well, that's another story. And what I believe in. I believe in each and every nation has a right to exist. And it's only the people within the nation that has the right to decide how they shall be governed. I believe, yes, we will support a viable nation that wishes to be left alone and not be attacked by other nations. That I do agree. But if they want to fight among themselves and kill each other off, I'm sorry. I cannot see us getting involved in that. I'm sure the Americans in the North did not appreciate the British support in the South in our Civil War. But that's neither here nor there. Truth is, people, it's up to you. You have to start realizing you are the reason, the cause of our nation's demise. And you people who say your vote don't count, you have no idea how important to me your vote is. how very important to me your vote is. And you independents, you hardcore Democrat Republicans, if you want to continue supporting these political machines that have their own political ideals, their own political agenda, that's your business. But the rest of the nation does not have to suffer because of your lack of common knowledge. It's the nicest way I can say it. So, people, yes, in my face, you see your future. You choose how it will go. Thank you. This is JD. Remember, JD and Deetra for President of the United States of America in 2016.